Virtual work number 6. Dynamic series. Calculation of numerical characteristics of dynamics for indices for ecological state of various components. You can learn all the theoretical information in your doc file. In this laboratory work you have to calculate chain and basic characteristics for your set of data according to your variant. What have you to do? First of all, you have to build the table of your initial data according to your variant and table of the results. And then your step is to calculate the absolute increase. For the chain characteristics, absolute increase is calculated according to the formula y sub n minus y sub n minus 1. It means that you have to know the difference between every next value and every previous value. It looks like that. Next value, previous value, and in such a way up to the end of the column. Next value, previous value, and as a result you obtain this data. In the same way the growth rate is calculated, but according to the formula of the growth rate. Next value, previous value. Next value, previous value. Next value, previous value. And increase rate. Increase rate, this formula. Next value, previous value. Up to the end of the column. And your last index is the absolute value of 1% of increase. This value is different for each cases. You have just to calculate the relation between the absolute increase and increase rate. Absolute increase and increase rate. Абсолютний прирост і темп приросту. And as a result you obtain these values. In this case we indicate empty space because division by 0. So then you calculate the average absolute increase. Average absolute increase according to this formula, the summary value of absolute increase divided by n minus 1. The summary value of absolute increase without this value divided by n minus 1. N minus 1. This is n. This is n minus 1. The function счет. You have already known this function, счет. And average increase rate. This is more complicated, but it's not so complicated as you think. This is calculated as the product of the IR's value to this power. This is the product of the increase rate value to the power 1 divided by n minus 1. Why did we choose these values? We chose this value because we'll obtain mistake if we calculate the root from the minus value and will have zero value if we include 0 into product. That's why we have included these values minus 12 and 0. So the product is calculated by the function of proizved. You have already known this function, and we select our range of data. This range, this value, and these values. N to the power of 1 divided by n minus 1. N minus 1, this is short, and the same values. So we have average increase rate. Now we have to determine the basic characteristics. The formulas for basic characteristics looks like the formula of the chain look like the formulas for chain characteristics, but we consider not previous value, but the first value. How does it look like? It looks like this. We carry out same calculations, but we consider in the formulas the first y value, and don't forget to fix this value with the help of the F4 key. This value is fixed. This value is fixed. In all cases. As you see, this value is also fixed. And we have the same absolute value of 1% increase in all cases. Our next step is to calculate the average value. We calculate average value for the discrete series because we have discrete variation series in our case. So we calculate the average value. It's not complicated task. This is y1, this is yn, this is n minus 1. y1, this is summary value of all these values. This is the last y value, and this is n minus 1. Average absolute increase is calculated by the same way as well as the average increase rate. So make up all the calculations, prepare and draw a report, and upload it on your Google Class profile. Good luck.